Everyone, let's start this session to know how to instruct the computer to perform a particular task. When we say program, a program is nothing but the set of instructions to perform a particular task. Nothing but they are the sequence of small steps. For example, we may write a program to add two numbers, reading a character from the keyboard, or testing for a particular condition, etc. So based on this, we say computer should be capable of performing four kind of operation. They are data transfer, arithmetic and logical operations, the data transfer, arithmetic and logical operation, program sequencing and IO transfer. When we say data transfer, it is nothing but moving your information from one location to another. Maybe it is between memory and processor register. It has to perform all addition, arithmetic and logical instructions, whatever we have. So that you have to perform on the data. Even it has to perform program sequencing and control and IO transfer. Whenever it is needed, like the information to be transferred, it is from one location to another, then we go for register transfer notation. So in register transfer notation, whenever we are representing the locations, the name you can take them as LOC, place, or VAR2. For example, if you are moving with your register names, then you can go for or not. You can use the names as R0, R5, or else if you are going for IO, then you can use the names as data in out status. For example, look at this instruction. You can see here the instruction is saying, what is this? Moving the content which is present in LOC to R1. So putting the square bracket says that, so LOC, it has been put in the square bracket. It says that you have to move the content from the location LOC to R1. So while putting the square bracket says that you are in memory location. Similarly, you can see the next instruction. It is written like this, which says add the contents present in R1 with the contents present in R2 and store the result in R3. Right. So here the source operands and destination operands what we have used, they all are register. That is why they have named them as register transfer notation. Next, if you want to represent the same in terms of machine instructions and program, then we go for assembly language. So you can see here again we have written the same instruction, but the instruction is written something like this: move LOC comma R1. It is like copying the contents which is present in LOC to the register R1. So there in the previous case when we have used register transfer notation, you can see the representation how we have written. It was like LOC put in the square bracket. Right, this was the register transfer notation we have used. The same thing now we are writing in assembly language. So in assembly language we are saying move the content which is present in LOC to R1. In the previous register transfer notation, you may remember the addition what we have written. It was like right. So what we did, adding the contents which are present in R1 plus R2, and then we have stored the result back in R3. So R1 and R2 were source operand and R3 was the destination operand. The same instruction you can write it here like this: add R1 comma R2 comma R3. Right. So based on this you can go with the different type of basic instructions we have to computer. The first one you can see, for example, if you have two numbers A and B, if you want to perform the addition, so the instruction can be written like this: C is equal to A plus B. If you want the same to be written in assembly language, then you can say that content of A added with content of B, store back the result in 6. So what you have to do, you have to fetch the information present in A, you have to fetch the information present in B, then you have to add them both, then store back the result in C. Next you can go with next set of instructions. So here you can say like these are three address instructions. So three address instructions are nothing but, you can see here we have source operand, destination operand. So add, nothing but you have to perform the addition. You have the two source operands now. A and B are your source operand, C is your destination. So what you have to do is you have to perform the addition between A plus B and store back the result in C. For this you can have the general representation like source 1 operation, what you want to perform the operation, followed by the source operand, followed by the destination. This is the three address instruction you can write. So where you can have A and B as the source, C as the destination. The same you can go for two address instruction also, where the general representation will be operation source comma destination. For this you have taken the example as add A comma B, which says you have to perform the addition between A and B and store back the result in B. result in B. Now we will go with the next set of instructions. So next set of instruction is to say about move B comma C. What it is doing, it is moving the information present in from one location to another location. So here it is like moving the content which is present in B to C. For example, if you want to perform this instruction, what you have given here, content of A will be added with the content of B and the result, store back the result in C. The same operation can be performed by using the instruction move now. So how you can perform move B comma C, add A comma C. So for example, if you take B is equal to 2 and A is equal to 3. So what you are doing in the first instruction, you are moving the content present in B to C. Therefore now how much C is holding? 2. Because you have moved the content from B to C, therefore C is holding now 2. Next what you are doing, adding the content of A with C. So A is having 3, C is having 2. So A plus 3 is nothing but 3 plus 2, which will be stored in C, right? Which will be stored in C. The same instruction what we have written in the before, like A plus B to C, or you can go for add A comma B comma C. That the same instruction we have written by using move. So here first we have moved one information, nothing but the content of B to C. Then you have added the content of C with A, and again you have stored back the result in C. So next you can go with one address instruction. So where you can see, for example, add A. So add A says the content of A will be added with the accumulator and store the result back in accumulator. The content of A will be added with the accumulator and stores the result back in accumulator. The same add A instruction even can be represented in other two kind of instructions. One is load and the other one is store. Load and store. So load says you have to move the content which is present in the location A to accumulator. If you are moving the information present in A to accumulator, then it is loading. If it is from accumulator into a memory location, then it is storing. Got? So add A says you are performing addition in the content which is present in the memory location A with accumulator and store the result back in accumulator. The same one address instruction can be loading and storing. So loading says that moving the content present in the memory location A to accumulator, and storing says that the content of accumulator into memory location. This is about loading and storing. The same instructions what we have studied now, loading, storing and add, that even can be written by using the general purpose registers. You can see here, so RI. So we have taken load A comma RI, which says moving the content which is present in A to RI. Again storing is from RI to A, and again you have to perform addition between A and RI. So the different kind of instructions you can have. The same addition even you can perform like add RI comma RJ. What it will do, it will perform RI plus RJ, right, and store the result in RJ. So here RI is the source, RJ is the destination. If you go with the next instruction, you can see here you have add RI comma RJ comma RK, which says add RI plus RJ and store the result in RK. In the previous instruction, RJ was the destination. In this instruction, RJ is also source, right? In this instruction, RJ is the destination. In this instruction, RJ is also source. So adding R1 and RJ, then storing back the result in RK. Right. So next we'll move with the next kind of instruction. The same move source comma destination we have written. So the move and load almost they are working same here. You can see move A comma RI is nothing but same as load A comma RI. So we have already said what is the load it will do. So load, it is like it is moving the contents which is present in memory location into the accumulator, right? So loading says the moving the content present in memory location A into the accumulator. Even move A comma RI, it is also performing the same. So move A comma RI is same as load A comma RI, right? Similarly move RI comma A, it is same as store RI comma E. For example, if you want to perform the same operation, C is equal to A plus B. So these are the set of instructions which can be written by using move instruction. So you have taken A and B. So for example, A is equal to 2, b is equal to 3 if you are taking. So first you will moving ri is equal to 2 because a is equal to 2, right, and I will take b is equal to 3. So first move a to ri, therefore ri will be holding 2. Next move b to rj, so rj will be holding 3. Next add ri comma rj, so 2 plus 3, so 2 plus 3, so rj is your destination. So again, so result what you have 5, it will be stored in rj. Again from rj to another location c you are storing. That's it. So these are the different kind of instructions you can use to instruct the computer to perform a particular task, maybe for addition, loading, storing, moving the data from one location to another location using move instructions and all.